back to another episode of Third and Three with Coach Roger Holmes. I'm Jason Holcomb, joined as always with the coach. Coach, strange week for us, and first and foremost, we want to send out all our thoughts and prayers to the folks in the Bahamas impacted by Hurricane Dorian. Also want to make sure that we're thinking about all the people that are currently sheltered in our gymnasium. That started yesterday. I want to thank all of the wonderful men and women who are volunteering, giving their time, effort, and energy to make sure that these people are welcomed with open arms. Make sure that you do your part. The storm doesn't look like it's going to impact us much, if at all. In fact, we're expecting high 90s and clear skies for Friday night. It's looking more like late July than it is middle September. But we'll just take what we can get and be grateful that that storm isn't coming in any further than it is. But, Coach, shifting away from the storm and shifting to football, we had a different football season kick off last week. Our middle school Fighting Irish team traveled over to Old Raider Stadium to take on the West Orange Raiders, and that squad led up until the final 2 minutes of the ball game. Now, I know that you're focused on these young men, but I know you also keep an eyeball down low. What does it mean to you to see those guys kicking off the year with a new coaching staff, some new blood, and some good energy?
Well, there's no question last year was a really, really tough year for our middle school football program. Coach Sammy Williams retired, and he's gone to work at a college, I think, down in Florida. But we got Eric Canada to come out of retirement. Eric's been a great football coach here at Dublin over the years and has did a tremendous job with our soccer program. We knew his leadership, his organizational skills, and those type things are exactly what they needed at the middle school. He was able to bring in Rob and Ben East, two of our young men that played for us here and knew our system very, very well, along with the other assistant coaches that were there filling in. And so what we're looking at is trying to rejuvenate, trying to coach the game the way it's supposed to be coached, and I feel very, very fortunate to have those young people working with our young men. They've made a lot of strides already. We look forward to some great things for them as the year moves on.
And I'll tell you, I was really excited. I went to the entire game, saw the last play. We were in there the whole game. It was a little bit of hydration issues, it looked like, more than anything conditioning that hopefully will settle in as the year progresses. I haven't been coached by Coach Canada. I know one thing, he's going to have those kids ready to play every week, regardless of the competition, and I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do. But we have to shift focus over to what we're going to do this week, Coach. You know, we were off last week, and this week we have to take on a very solid Swainsboro team. You teased the other day that they look strong, and when I looked at the film, you weren't lying a bit.
No.
I see a passing game that's phenomenal. I see a running game that's phenomenal. I see a defense that's hungry. What are the things that you're trying to do with your young men this week, especially with this augmented practice schedule, to make sure that they're focused and in tune for this home opener?
Well, Jason, you hit the nail on the head. They're as balanced offensively as any team will play. Their run-pass ratio is right at 50-50. Their quarterback throws an extremely accurate pass. He's got two tall wide receivers at 6'3" that can go up and get it. And then they got Wes Welker. That's what I call him. Young man wears number 4 for them. Caught 3 touchdown passes in their first game. He runs across the middle of the field. He does a lot of different things, but a tremendous player. And they create us some issues. Now, we hope we've got a better game plan than we had last year going in to defend them with an open date week this week as opposed to playing, you know,
in that kickoff
classic. That kickoff classic. It's given us a little bit more time to change our thought processes from defending the wing tee to defending the spread. So we hope that's going to help. Now, obviously, the routine change because of the bad weather and those type things is a concern always, and it's a concern for me because I'm a routine guy. I like to do things a certain way, and this throws you off your routine. But we think the weather's supposed to be beautiful here in Dublin all week. We're getting our practice in. Hopefully it'll help us with recovery for our young men. We hope to get back in school and be on track by game day, but if we're not, we're not. And we'll just have to make our adjustments. But I do want to let our fans know that our middle school team, our JV team will open this week in the Shamrock Bowl against Baldwin County.
Very cool.
That's on Thursday, and it's a 5 o'clock kickoff. We have rescheduled the middle school game.
Yeah,
it was going to be Wednesday, so that game is rescheduled. It will not be played because we just couldn't get our middle school kids in for practice with them being out this week.
Well, I'm going to tell you, Coach, it's really exciting to hear the energy that's going around our entire football program, all the way to the top, all the way down into middle school. And my hope is people will come out this week and celebrate this home opener, because this season has the potential to be a very special one if everything all aligns itself up. We also want to remind you, this week with the offices being closed, we're not able to push those season tickets out like we want to, but if you need to get a hold of them, we've got an email address we're going to flash with you to email the people that are in charge of getting a hold of those, and we're going to try our best to coordinate with you if you still want to buy those season tickets. Another thing we have coming up, we've got a barbecue plate sale put on by our Touchdown Club every year. This year it's a little bit different. It's a pulled pork plate instead of chicken. We're going to flash the whole menu for you right now so you can see it. But, Coach, this plate sale is one of our bigger fundraisers of the year.
Man, it's good, too. Those guys that cook that barbecue do a phenomenal job. And we hope everybody out there will take the time and the energy and effort to support our Touchdown Club, which in turn supports our football program. Get yourselves a good barbecue meal, and you're helping the football program, but you're having something good to eat also.
Isn't that the truth? And it's always neat to see the young men helping with putting the food in the plate and delivering the food to the different places. I know last year there were a couple young men who were brought into the world by a doctor who bought the plates. And so they got tickled to see, here's some seniors, I think Jermaine Cooley was one of them, came up and here's a plate for you. Oh, by the way, you're the first pair of eyes I ever saw in the world.
Yeah.
So that was pretty interesting. Finally, Coach, we can't end the week without having another mustache matchup, and this one is probably going to be the weirdest one you get to do. All right, Coach, this week's mustache matchup, you have not seen it at all, and we're trying to keep in mind with the weather being like it is. So we thought we'd create a matchup that's unique due to Hurricane Dorian. This week we're going to have Mother Nature, which is a handlebar mustache.
Yeah.
It's also known as a horseshoe vortex cloud. Didn't know what that was. I just looked up mustache weather, and that's what popped up. And that's going to go up against this little puppy dog with a nice little mustache. His name is Salvador Dolly. He became extremely famous. They did a little puppy drive to try to help an animal shelter, and it worked like gangbusters. So your choices are this handlebar horseshoe vortex or the puppy.
I got a big heart. Now, Mother Nature's pretty special when she can turn around and make a mustache out of a vortex. But I love that puppy. You know, I got to go with the puppy dog.
All right, so Coach Holmes has proven yet again that he has a big, tender heart. Sometimes on the practice field it may not show as deep and strong, but actually that is called tough love. I've received that myself over the years on the field. We want to make sure that you guys continue to send us those mustache suggestions. You can hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. We want to make sure that you guys come out this week and support our Irish. It's a big game. It's one of our oldest rivalries.
The oldest.
They don't like to come play here, and we don't like to go play there, but guess what? We get to play here. So that's going to be a big plus for us, and the bigger the crowd, the bigger the plus. So we hope that you guys will come out this week, support our Irish all season long, and as always, this has been 3rd and 3 with Coach Roger Holmes.